YouTube, what it do? Way out here. And today we had a $450 a day on both accounts, Top Step and my funded futures. Honestly, I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Like, today was not like my ideal trading day. You know, going into this market we're at higher highs, bro. We're at $400 on the day. You know, it's like there's certain days where I genuinely don't like trading, you know, and these are those kind of days because we don't have any liquidity points of, you know, above this. You know, we don't know where it could possibly be trying to head to, you know, but I am going to give you some tips and tricks in this video that I've kind of come to terms with as far as trading higher highs and, you know, what I don't recommend you doing and what I recommend you doing. And if you are new here, and if you aren't new here, either one, I'm not a financial advisor. Do not listen to my advice. I'm just here showing you how I got funded, how I plan on staying funded. I'm gonna say that in every single video. Again, do not listen to my advice, man. You know, unless you genuinely, you know, wanna use fake money or whatnot, because, you know, this is for entertainment only. That's the whole memo here, right? But overall, if you guys want to be dumb and listen to my advice, here we go. We're gonna get into how I got funded, right? So overall, you know, we are at higher highs, and I'm coming onto the market this morning. I'm gonna show you guys pretty much what we were looking at. Okay, so 4 o'clock this morning, we obviously had a big increase from 25,760s all the way up to, you know, about 9:30 this morning, which we were at, you know, in the you know, upper 800s all the way up to 860. All right, so I'm sitting here looking at this. I already knew dang well I would not have a crazy day today. You know, overall, unless the market did some nasty moves, I'm not going to be trading very much. I don't, again, it's not my preference. I don't like it. And it's just how I like trading. I know some people like this stuff. I don't. But I can show you guys pretty much what happened, what made me make the choice that I made, and there's a lot of actually reason why I made my choice that I made. So overall, we waited the 15 minutes. If you aren't new here, or sorry, are new here, I should say, because, you know, people have been watching me for a while know I trade the 15-minute orb strategy. It's the ones that I prefer the most. It's what I like to do, but it's not your strategy that's going to help you win every time. You're never going to win every time anyway, but what's going to keep you profitable and what's going to keep you consistent is confluence to why you're making the decisions you're making in the market, okay? It's not just a strategy, because my strategy, I would have pretty much lost completely today, right? And let's look at overall, right? We had a green closing above the higher high, which is what we're looking for, right? With my strategy, we're looking for a 5-minute closure after the higher high or below the lower low, whatever side we're going towards, right? And if we had entered on this green, you know, we're seeing the green kind of candle and not waiting into this one, we would have completely gotten stomped out unless our stop loss was way down here, which on higher high days, do not make crazy stop losses, okay? That's one of my first tips. Just don't be dumb with it, man. You know, like when you're going into this, higher high days, keep your stop losses at a minimum, because we don't know, like we could have a dramatic decrease. I've never seen that personally really happen. You know, that's why I made the decision I made. I actually entered, I think it was like right about here, somewhere around here, when it was coming back up from this one. And I got out pretty much like right up there. I just, again, I don't want to risk things, and I don't like to, you know, hold things on days where I don't know where they're going. I'd rather take my $400, $450 I think it was, and get out of the market while I can. You know, I personally just don't like it, man. I really, really don't. I don't like doing it, and I'd rather play it safe than sorry and get out of the market. You know, I would have made it obviously a bit more if I had held this a little bit longer, but again, I don't play the what if games. I don't play the, oh, I should have held another 2 hours. Like, I had no reasoning as to why to do that, right? And like, yes, I could have, but that doesn't mean I would have, right? So that's where us as traders, we have to really think about those things before we make decisions that are going to impact our accounts, you know, and impact our trading. Like, overall, when I entered in, I knew dang well my stop loss was going right down here. I wasn't gonna, why am I gonna hold it any longer than that? You know, because overall I could have kept dropping and dropping. Granted, the reason why I made my choice, right, this is one of the biggest pieces of advice I can give you on higher high days. When we are so high up, do not think that you're gonna catch a reversal at this point. Don't just think you're going to catch a reversal and the market's going to drop down $400. Well, it has no reason to do that, right? And that was the biggest reason I feel like I lost earlier on, right? And I've made this, you know, this point many, many times in all my videos, is that we don't want to be taking bearish trades on bullish days. We don't want to be taking bullish trades on bearish days, right? This doesn't make much sense, right? So overall, unless you're catching a complete reversal, we have no need to be going in here for, even right now, right? We could see a drop. We could, you know, I mean, it could potentially happen, right? But it's not about the potential. It's about why we're making the choices we're making, right? I could go in for a put right now, right? And maybe, just maybe, it will come all the way down here. I don't know. It could. We could come flying down all the way and come down to this gap down here. I have literally no idea, you know, and like that's the thing, is we don't know until we see 15-minute candles showing us reversals, right? So if we're looking at the 15s here, we're still fully in green, man. You know, unless I saw a closure underneath this candle right here showing like either a 15-minute or a 30-minute, red candle, I'm not going to be taking that trade. Personally, I just, again, like I have to see a confluence as to why I'm making that choice, right? And overall, we obviously saw we were completely bullish all throughout the night into the morning. And, just because we have one red candle, that doesn't mean we're going to completely turn red and go bearish the rest of the day. When, again, why would, it just doesn't make much sense, right? And like, that's what you guys really got to think about is, am I entering to try to make money, or am I entering based off of a strategy that was given or that I've learned, right? Because overall, the reason I lose the most I've ever lost, throughout the past year was because I was entering as far as money, the potential of, oh, I can make $20,000 if this drops, but like, why would it be dropping? And like, granted, I might be wrong. Maybe we will see a massive drop today, right? But that's the thing is that like I've talked about previously, right, is we don't want the what ifs, and like if you can catch a trade down, great, I'm happy for you, I'm good for you, right? But at the end of the day, I just personally, I'd rather be safe, follow my rules, follow my strategy, knowing, dang well, okay, well, I potentially 90%, 75%, whatever it is for you, right? Know that, hey, like it's going to continue heading up to, let's just say, for example, this line of liquidity, right? And this down here, we know, okay, it's going to be pushing up into those higher highs today. It makes things a lot easier. Or if we're down and we've caught a reversal, to the bottom side and we're bearish for the day, catching it down here, right? We're going to know, okay, we're going to hold this all the way down to that point. And that's why I actually have more than one account, because there's some days where I really do feel like taking that, like that little like oomph and putting a stop loss up here, for example, right? But overall, with my accounts right now, I'm pretty happy with where they're at. I don't really want to be taking any dumb choices. I'm just trying to build the accounts up on the days that I really, have a good chance, at least. Overall, I'm not saying I win every trade, because I don't. But overall, just like days that like I potentially have a really good idea as to where it's going, those are the days where I'm going to be putting more contracts, or not even that, just being able to hold the trades a lot longer and being able to take the risk that it takes to be able to go into the market. Because once you hit that button, it's all emotion, you know what I mean? That's why I've been really trying to learn how to control my emotion. Like I've talked about in previous videos, give my trades and surrender them to the Lord Jesus, right? Because at the end of the day, man, I give him full surrender over my life, and in my career and everything I have. And, I try to not let my emotions play such a role into it and just use what he's shown me. And, what I've been given for knowledge for the past year is what I've been teaching you guys, right? So if you guys are new here, make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on this content. Today was a good day. I'm not going to complain at all. Hopefully tomorrow we come in. Hopefully we have a $3,000 day tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what's going to happen. So I'm going to always pray for us to have the best days so we can provide for our families. And, I pray you guys had a good day today. I pray you guys have a good week. I pray I have a good week. And overall, let's hopefully get more payouts. And, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Don't be taking bearish trades at bullish days, bro, okay?